Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello MJ friends, checking in on the sector. So we had a weak close on Friday, a weak close today, pretty much a mini candlestick doing the same thing. The bounce that we saw happen this morning was a nice little V-shaped recovery from the low of the day, but we must remember bigger picture. And if we zoom out, we knew that anything under 2144 was just an hourly lower high for CGC. The bounce topped out under that level. Hourly lower high was set. Higher low, lower high, lower low. We're in an hourly downtrend. We're in an hourly downtrend looking for a daily higher low to form. Where was the last daily higher low? 1821. We then broke out and inched higher, and now we're looking for the daily higher low to form compared to 1821, and it will be set when we change the hourly trend back in favor to the bulls. So I made one trade in the sector today, and it was APHA. And the reason I chose APHA is because I bought the resistance break of 555 on the way back up after the initial rejection. And I knew that when I bought that, I was watching CGC at the time as a bit of a guide for the sector. I said, okay, CGC is breaking its high of the day on a V-shaped recovery. We're extended on the 5-minute time frame. We have not changed the trend on the 5-minute chart. So I know that if I'm going to make this trade, it's going to be for a quick flip. And I anticipated that if APHA broke 555, that we would see at least a few pennies of follow through. So I entered my position at 555 into the break, 556, partial fill on both levels, and then I started selling right away. So I started selling at 559, sold half of my position. So at that point, my break even is 553. Then I let it play out a little bit. I saw a 5-minute higher low form on CGC. I saw the new high of the day. And as soon as that new high of the day hit, ACB hit a high of the day, Cron hit a high of the day, CGC hit the high of the day, APHA did not. I took that as a red flag, and actually, you know what? I take that back because I exited both positions at 559. I re-entered at 553, and then exited break even at 553 when we did not hit a new high of the day, as CGC and other names did. So in the end, on a full position, I ended up making 3 pennies, which is fairly insignificant. It's a little bit less than a third of a day maker. But bottom line is taking short-term quick opportunity and then not over trading the sector. After that, and after I saw the momentum shift back to the bears, I said, all right, done with MJ today. Tons of volatility in the broader market. Tesla, Roku, Netflix, Facebook, lots of volatility elsewhere. So stopped trading the sector. So APHA, daily chart, topping out a little bit, double bottom the last 2 days, 527, 528. If we pull back further tomorrow, we're just looking for a daily higher low compared to 484. And we need the hourly trend to change back to the bulls, anything under 561. This looks like CGC on Friday, where we pulled back significantly, and we know that the next time we bounce, we're very likely to just form an hourly lower high. ACB, pulling back on the daily. Anything above 244 is a higher low, certainly way less comfortable as a bull in ACB with a potential weekly bear flag than we are in any of these other names, which have a lot more space to work with. Both CGC and APHA broke this level, which for ACB was 325, and we never got close. So it stands out continuously as a lead bear. Cron, daily consolidation. We're looking for a daily higher low. I would say the last clear one was 655. Anything above 655, I would call a daily higher low. And we need the hourly trend to change back to the bulls. Hourly resistance is 730. Bulls would have to hold 708 and break 730 to change the hourly trend. If we break 708 tomorrow, back to square one, need the hourly trend change. Hexo, gap down open. I believe they gave guidance going forward, and an hourly equilibrium as a result. So high and low set in extended hours. 224 resistance, 213 support in regular hours. Those are the two most important levels. And the daily time frame, technically, I would say we double topped and then lost daily support of 212. So if this tightening hourly equilibrium breaks bearish, we are looking right back down at the double bottom at $1.99 and $2. So a little bit of a different setup due to that news than other names. OGI is closing in on the potential of a bear break. 251 is the must-hold level. If 251 breaks, we look to 235, and anything under 271 is just a daily lower high. VFF is tightening up. Bulls need to hold 603 and break 648 to shift the short-term momentum. I'm looking at this as a low, high of the bull move, higher low, lower high, and getting real tight. And waiting for a break, if not tomorrow, then Wednesday. And we have to see the bulls break these daily lower highs. We now have 4 daily lower highs in the last month. Lab saw a ton of profit taking on Friday on the gap up open on bullish news. I'm looking at the equilibrium on the hourly time frame. You could use the half hour if you want. I like the hourly. So high, I would consider this the low of the pullback. Double top, higher low. Pretty much a double bottom at 346 and a double top at 361 is the short-term range to be watching. So 346 and 342 supports, 361 and 391 resistances. And the bulls had proven nothing to us. Gap up open and tons of profit taking, no bull follow through, along with most of the sector. TLRY is on the verge of a bear break to all-time lows. We haven't been talking about TLRY much because the bears have had complete control. It hasn't seen anywhere near the bounce that the other names have seen. Double bottom at $18, double top at $19.45, and we're on the verge of a break of 18, and then we're at all-time lows. 17 is the next support level to be watching below that level. I am interested in IIPR, so this is how I look at time frames. Monthly time frame, volatility, big breakout to all-time highs, 50% pullback. We're looking for an equilibrium, and that it was a bad drawing. But we're looking for an equilibrium to play out on the monthly time frame, so I need a shift in the weekly time frame. I need a weekly trend change to give me that monthly high or low. And I look at this weekly chart and I say, well, if we're going to change this weekly trend anytime soon, it's going to be an inverse head and shoulders. And we need to set this high or low for the right shoulder and then head back up to break 87.20 resistance. What do we need for a weekly high or low to form? Same thing we need for a monthly high or low to form, but on a different time frame, a trend change. So here is our daily trend change attempt. Low, high, which is a lower high, higher low, and the bulls need to break 75.40 to change the daily trend. If we change the daily trend, our weekly high or low is set. If we change the weekly trend, our monthly high or low is set. It's all the same thing, just different time frames. They're all fractals of each other. And this is the kind of play where we can be looking for a potential playoff of 71.05 support, but we have to see a break of 75.40 to see this daily momentum shift for the first time in a few weeks. Curaleaf bear break today. So again, the sector-wide, anybody, whether it's US or Canada, whether it's your ticker or not, you don't want to see this happen because this is a clear, tight daily equilibrium with a clear bear volume spike and a clear week close, taking out all supports established in the last few weeks. And after 746 support, we're looking down at 703. Only chance the bulls have from here is a weekly trend change where we have our low, high of the weekly bull move. Now we need a higher low compared to 593, and we would then have to break 937 to change the weekly trend. That's a long ways away from happening. All I care about is a clear bear break and anything under 810 as a daily lower high. Not oversold on the daily, not oversold on the 4-hour, just getting oversold on the hourly today. So I'm not interested in USMJ, personally. Again, just looking at my stats. And I'm going to do a year-end review video for the new year, Traders New Year Resolution, maybe this weekend, but I go back and look at my stats, and it tells me, stop trading USMJ. Its liquidity is not good, and it's inhibiting your ability to profit. So I'm going to listen to my statistics and my data, and I will. It's not just that I'm looking to play counter trend, because I'm doing great playing counter trend in Canadian MJ. So that tells me it's the volume and the liquidity that is the bigger issue. So I'm not interested in USMJ, but I will continue to chart it and cover it to be watching the sector as a whole. C-Web on the verge of the bear break. And actually, we already did break bearish. 11.19 was our low. We broke that level. Anything under 12.31 is a daily lower high. And we have no nearby support, so 11 psychological is the next support. So we're weak on Cureleaf. We're weak on C-Web. We're starting to get weak on TRUL. Double top, loss of the daily uptrend, and now it's looking like a daily bear flag. Lower high looks set at 1650, and if we drop down and break 1546, that's a little lower high and lower low. Definitely still looking for a weekly higher low to form, but momentum has shifted away from being the lead bull and standing out in the sector. IAN, little green day today. Anything under 199 doesn't mean anything to me, but the more we bounce, the more we can look for the potential of a head and shoulders. And you might say, well, is this our higher low? No, that's an illiquid first 5-minute candlestick of the day that saw a tiny, quick little pullback before the bulls showed back up. So it's not a clear enough pivot point for a higher low and higher high for me. CL, still an impressive move, putting pressure on shorts. Looking a little bit toppy. If we see a bear break of 846, then daily consolidation to find a higher low is then underway. And it's the same thing for OH. Very impressive, absolutely. Got to give credit to the bulls. It was a great bounce. Still need the daily higher low and then continuation to have confidence that it has follow through. GTII is weak. 1064 on the verge of breaking. And after 1064 and 1060, we're looking down at 1012. No daily trend change. MedMen, pretty much a double top. We did break to a higher high, but we topped out at $1 psychological resistance. If we fail to break $1 tomorrow and roll over and break 86, we lose the hourly uptrend with a head and shoulders pattern, and we then look for daily consolidation. And we will look for a daily higher low. And I assume some bulls will be looking to make an entry at those levels after seeing that 100% move. So, some decent bounces, but again, the names that were standing out. Remember, the USMJ sector was weak, and TRUL and Cureleaf stood out, and they're now showing signs of bears. So the USMJ sector is still weak as far as I'm concerned. Canadian MJ is in a daily uptrend. Is it as strong as the bulls would like to see? No, absolutely not. But we are just looking for daily higher lows. And I do expect CGC to give us a higher low compared to 1821. So I'll be watching for an hourly trend change, attempting that daily higher low in a lot of these names. But other than that, still remaining very patient, still remaining skeptical of bulls until we get whole lots of proof. And again, the proof that I need is weekly trend changes, which are still a ways away from a lot of names taking place. So we'll continue to keep an eye on the sector this coming week. It's the last full trading week of 2019. We are quickly approaching the date for any tax loss selling that has to take place. Then that will be behind us, but still lacking short-term catalysts as far as the USMJ sector is concerned. I will be excited in the fall of 2020 as we head into the election season. Thanks for tuning in. So the end of the day video here, going to look at the bird feeders in my yard for the next couple of days. I went to the eye doctor recently, and she reminded me how important it is when you're on the computer all the time to constantly be getting up to move around your depth perception, so you're not staring at something 3 feet in front of you the entire day. And then I realized that I have unintentionally been setting up a little haven for animals right outside the window, but it's right behind my computer, so I'm constantly shifting my eye focus hundreds of times throughout the day, from 3 feet to 30 feet and more. And that is something to do if you are able to set up your desk near a window to be able to look out it and to constantly keep your eyes from getting lazy, essentially. That is worthwhile. So here at the end, we've got cardinals and doves and blue jays and a whole bunch of little finches and squirrel. Pileated woodpecker is one of them in the clips here. I don't understand why people get pissed at squirrels that eat birdseed. Yes, they eat a lot, but if you're going to feed the animals, then just feed the animals and don't be a jerk. Let's not be speciesist and exclude our rodent friends. And if you ever hear tapping in my videos, it's because I got a window bird feeder and these little titmice are banging on some sunflower seed on the window, and it sounds like someone's knocking. Hope you have a good day. See you tomorrow.